Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina. This is Lifting Pins and Needles, a channel all about sewing. And now for this video, I have forced myself to sit down so I can just be calm and talk about my plans. I usually do all my videos standing up, and it's because I really can't sit still. It's very hard for me to sit still. But in this one that's more chatty, I wanted to, sort of calm myself down by sitting down. So that's why the setting is a little bit different. Now, before we start, I want to show you one make. And I actually made this today in the morning and it wasn't planned. I actually have it underneath this cardigan. And I'm going to just tell you what it is first, and then I'm going to stand up and show you. The last couple of weeks at Love Notions, they've been testing a summer tank top/dress pattern. And I wasn't able to participate due to time constraints. I'm usually available, but I've been working on another big project for Love Notions that you're going to hear all about on Friday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And as soon as this pattern released yesterday, I just decided on a whim this morning to just whip it up really quick. It's a fast make. It was a very satisfying knit make. I'm going to stand up and show you how it looks. Okay, here you can see the top part of the dress. It's a tank dress, but it does cover the bra strap, and it's empire cut. So the bodice starts there, not right under the bust, but pretty much. And then it goes off into this really nice skirt, and it's got really nice shape. So it's not your basic tank dress that's just like a boring tank, it's got something extra with this bodice, and it's super nice. Now, I used activewear fabric, and it was the slinkiest, most slippery fabric ever. Too thin for the project, and the binding that the pattern has for the neckline and arm side would have just turned out really bad. So I decided to line the bodice. And while I was working during the day, I was sharing everything on my Instagram stories. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, this is how my profile looks. And there's some highlights there, and there it says tank dress. So if you tap on that, wear fabric, it's slinky. You can see all my stories on how I was working on it during the day. So go follow me there. If you don't, you're missing out, because I'm always sharing stuff there. And I showed how I lined the bodice. Otherwise, I have a couple tutorials already on the channel of how I do that, and it's the same as you would in a woven dress. After I finished making this dress in the morning, quickly went out there to my backyard and got some pictures, so I'm going to pop them in now. I have it on, I just can't take the cold. So I made a size large according to my measurements. This pattern also has a full bust option, so if you have a larger bust, you can choose whatever size you want with the full bust bodice option. So it's a good option to not have to do a full bust adjustment. Okay, let's get back to the plans, and I'll sit down again, because then I'll just relax, I have filmed before 2 or 3 videos that I will link in my description box of how I do the sleeveless clean lining for a bodice, and it's the same technique, exactly the same for a woven or a knit. And I actually treated this project as if it was a woven, although it was a knit. I actually did straight stitch, I didn't do any stretch stitch. I did exactly like a woven, and it worked out really well. So nothing special in the sewing technique area, and very simple pattern. So if you like a pattern like this, you can get it with my affiliate link down below. Let's hop into my plans for June. Okay, one thing I wanted to tell you about was that I have purchased a domain, and I'm going to start a blog, a blog blog. This is a vlog, video log. And I've been toying with the idea for ages. I've been doing a few guest blog posts already, and I'm sort of liking the idea about writing. I'm never going to stop doing the videos. I think the blog posts will complement the videos. They will come up, at the same time, and they will both have different information that will complement each other. So I'm super excited about that, and I've got plans to make this my website have all the resources you need. I'm not going to be selling anything through the website. It'll just be an easy way for you to find all the things that I've shown on the channel, and just any sewing, you know, query or technique or anything you want will be easily found there. I'm always getting emails and questions. I saw you discuss this technique, you know, what video was it in? And then I reply. And I think my website is going to be a really good solution for all that and make it much easier for you to access all the information I've provided. So, you know, if you look at it right now, it's got my face on it, and it's got barely anything there because I'm starting to work on it. And it's www.liftingpinsandneedles.com. Very easy, and I was very fortunate to find the domain was available. Maybe because my handle is not common thing, you know, who lifts pins and needles? Only me. So that is something I wanted to share. Now about my sewing plans. I'm actually right now in testing of a really cute pattern by Love Notions. Now Tammy, the owner, she is not really secretive about her designs. She's always sharing on her Instagram and on the Love Notions Pattern Support group, Facebook group, what she's been working on. So she's already posted a picture on her Instagram feed, and she's already shared it. So I asked, can I share? And yeah, of course. So I'm really excited about this blouse. It's going to be called the Melody woven Dolman top, and I'll put a picture here so you can see. It's just a really nice blouse that has a shirt tail hem that you can, you know, tie up at the front as an option. And it has a really cool collar, and ever since she started working on this, there's been a lot of excitement about it, about testing it and sewing it. So I have two fabric options here. So she recommends for this pattern shirting fabric, linen, chambray, that sort of fabric. And I recently purchased this linen rayon blend. I have quite a lot of this fabric, and I really like the colors. I have pants in that blue, I have a jacket in that blue. I think it will go with things that I have. So this is one of the options I have to make that blouse, and the other option is this one. I've already made a pair of wide pant duet trousers with this one. It was a hack, and I have it on the channel too, and I have more of the same fabric. And this is also a linen rayon blend, super nice, and I think it has a proper structure for this type of design. So I'm super happy, and I'm probably going to start cutting out and planning that one tonight, because, you know, testing happens within a time frame, you know. You're going to see that later on during the month when it releases. The next make you're going to see, and I have already sewn it, and I'm in the process of editing and photos and all that jazz. And I mentioned it as a plan for last month, May, but the month flew quickly and I managed to sew it during the month of May. But I haven't been able to like get the video out yet, and that is a chai dress by Itch to Stitch. And I showed it before. It's a really nice dress. It wasn't really hard to sew. I'm really happy with the fit. I'm just really happy with that make. So I've got to get cracking and finish that process for that video and show it to you. And yeah, it's a really satisfying make as well. Now, last month I also mentioned I was gonna have some fun doing some color blocking on a basic sheath dress designed for knit. Last month I mentioned I was going to be sewing the Tessa sheath dress by Love Notions. It's a basic knit sheath dress that can be like a blank canvas for all my color blocking madness that I love to do. And so the first process I went through to making that was to actually just make the basic dress, right? Once I have the basic dress and the fit and everything perfect, what I do is I put the dress on and then I start drawing chalk marks on myself basically. And that is to mimic some designs that I found on Pinterest and have them hit at the right anatomic spots on my body, you know. So I'm going to be having a video in the series that I like to call Pinned into Reality, because I have a board of color block sheath dresses, and there are some that I've picked to show you that I want to work on. And this dress is such an easy make. I mean, I've done the work of adjusting a few things for my, you know, for my body. But actually the sewing is like damn, like less than an hour, you know. The first image you're seeing is like a polka dot dress. I'm not interested in the polka dots as such, but I might be. It's fitted and then it has a flounce at the bottom. And I really like this style, and look what I have. I have polka dots. Now, I don't know what knit this is. I bought this in Chile during the summer. It's a medium weight sort of structured knit, I would say. It's got some texture on it. I'm really excited about this, about trying to recreate that dress you saw there in this fabric, and I'll use the Tessa as the base. The next one would need a bit more work in the design lines, but I want to match sort of what is shown there. It's like an asymmetrical skirt with a slit. Of course, I would not make it as short as this. It would be longer, of course, for modesty, but I really like that style, and I think it would be easily doable also using the same pattern. So I haven't chosen the fabric for that, but I really want to recreate a style like that. The next one is super easy, like easy. I'm looking to use up remnants, you know, just find two colors that will go together, that will pop. And I think those curves around the body are really flattering. So that is something easy. And that's why the dress that I've already made is super practical, because I can get the chalk and just like draw the curve where I want it to be, and then sort of measure my dress and transfer those markings onto the pattern to create my pattern pieces, you know. This one that I'm showing you now is just to die for. This is a Calvin Klein dress. I love the design lines, and it's a basic dress. It's just the way that the colors are put there, the color blocking. I'm not interested in those colors, of course, but I want to recreate something similar like that. The last one I've already shown you, and it's got like chevron things here on the chest. I'm actually interested in doing the chevrons the other way around. This one has the chevrons going up. I would want them going down. So going down is a bit more flattering, I think. And it's something I'm interested in doing too. I have this fabric sort of separated for one of these dresses. It's going to be part of one of these dresses. I'm looking to color block with black, and I think it would be a classic that I could wear for years. Now, I have told you about the dress I've already made, and this is what I've made. It's red, and it's got, look, it's already got chalk marks on it because I've already been playing. I can just brush the chalk off, you know, it's not going to damage the dress. But I really like it. I've worn it once already to church. I'm going to put a picture here, but I'm going to show you more about all these dresses when I make them. But love it. Scoop neck. It's got a back center seam. It gives you really nice shaping at the back. And it's just really well drafted knit dress pattern. It fits me really well. So I'm excited to start playing and creating these things that I've found. And I've been collating these things into this board for a long time, believe me. If you're interested to see my Pinterest, I'm going to link it down below in the description box. There you can see all my boards and what's sort of going around in my mind, because that's usually what you're going to see on the channel in these pinned into reality videos that I'm doing. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, my legs are falling asleep. I've adjusted my sitting position. Okay, so last month I made the Orchid midi dress. You might remember I used a really precious silk chiffon in grey, sort of snake print fabric. And the other day I was taking some pictures, part of the styling I used for my Stacy denim jean jacket, the black with pleather sleeveless one that I made. And I really like how that looks. I like the orchid with the sleeveless on top. I'm planning another orchid, the same. I'm going to use the sleeves, but I'm going to do a significant hack to the skirt. It's not going to be the same skirt, it's going to be the same bodice, the same yoke and sleeves and all that. And for that project I have this fabric. It's also chiffon. I love it. You know, I like chiffon, right? It's my favorite fabric. And even though it's harder to work with, I'm used to working with it, you know, by this time. And I just really enjoy it. And I love this print. I love the brown and the black. This fabric came from Minerva Crafts. I have recently become part of the team of, you know, hashtag Minerva Makers. And you've probably seen lots of sewing bloggers get fabric from Minerva Crafts. They send it to you all the way from the UK, and I'm so grateful. I mean, who else is going to send me fabric all the way to Brazil? So we get the fabric for free in exchange for writing a blog post. And as I mentioned before, I'm really enjoying the writing aspect. Although always talking to you is always more natural to me, and that's why I've started with this video channel instead of with a writing blog, you know. But I also am enjoying it, and I'm trying to pretend I'm talking to my friends and use that same style in the writing. So that blog post for Minerva will be up, you know, a long time from now, but I am allowed to share the fabric and the pattern, the project I'm making. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm gonna make this month. There is a deadline, you know, I have to meet the deadline. Okay, my next project is something I have already made and love. And I made this, I think, during the month of April, and it's the Polara top by République du Chiffon, a pattern in French. And I loved making it. I'll put a picture here if you don't remember. I made mine in black chiffon, single layered, and that wasn't how it was supposed to be made, right? But I made it like that because I only had a meter of fabric. The original design had you cut 2 pattern pieces of each and sew it all together and then bag it out, and it would be double layered lined, you know. So I have this fabric. This is a chiffon dobby, and it's so beautiful. Look at that blue. The blue is showing up lighter on screen. It's actually a blue, like similar to my Stacy jacket. I don't know why it's coming up lighter there, but it's so precious. And I'm gonna make another one of these, but properly, like lined with the 2 layers, and it'll go with so many of my things. Blue cami underneath with my blue pants, you know, like I just love blue, if you haven't noticed. And this fabric also came from Minerva Crafts. The post is very slow. I had a hiccup. They changed my postal code here in Brazil without notice. Like I suddenly got a notice, and they'd already changed it like 2 weeks before that. So this one was sent before this one, but they basically arrived together. So I've got to get cracking and make those really soon. But I'm super excited, and I think this type of fabric will be perfect match for that Polar top. So when I make it, I'm going to show it to you as well. Okay, and the last 3 projects I have, I am excited. You cannot know how much, because if you have noticed, I've turned 40, right? And it's a mental thing. I'm trying new things. You've probably seen I've tried different styles that I hadn't tried in the past. I've made a maxi skirt, which is like, what? I'd ridden those off like 20 years ago. I thought they didn't suit me and whatever, and I have made a maxi skirt and I have worn it out and enjoyed it. I've made a dress with a gathered waist. Like, what is that? I was always against that, but actually I made the Orchid midi and I like how it looks. I think it's really comfortable and flattering, and the gathering is just the right amount. So I am working this year on stepping out of my comfort zone and just trying things. Okay, so what I'm gonna try is something I was like, no way, there is no way I'm going to ever wear a jumpsuit. And you've probably seen like everyone making jumpsuits, and it's all got to do with Instagram challenge, Sew Together for Summer. This challenge is hosted by 3 ladies over on Instagram, and I have their names here, so I'm just gonna read them. So Sarah Smith, Sewing in Spain, and Rocco Sienna. So they've got together for the 3rd year already and created a big sewing challenge. There's lots of prizes, there's like thousands of entries. And the first year was shirt dresses in 2017. I made 3 or 4, I think, to participate. Didn't win anything, but it's just fun, you know. Last year was wrap dresses, and I made 1 or 2, I think. And this year, when they announced it was jumpsuits, I was like, oh no, like why does it have to be jumpsuits, you know? It's a style that is really hard for me to accept, but I'm going to do 3. I'm not gonna just make 1, you know, I'm gonna make 3. And the first one I'm really excited about. I mean, I know I'm in the middle of winter and this is a very summery style, but that's what cardigans and jackets are for, you know, just put something on top and be warm. And then I can like wear them normally when the weather gets hot again. First one is a big 4 pattern, Simplicity 8635. I'm gonna do a mashup of the styles here. 1 bodice with a different type of pant. I'm gonna have fun with it. Haven't chosen the fabric for it. This pattern was sent to me last year by my friend Vivian from Stitches and Seams. She sent me a box full of sewing goodies, and this was one of the patterns in there. So I've been wanting to make it, and this is just the encouragement I needed, this sewing challenge, to make it happen. Now the next 2 jumpsuits I'm going to be making with my friend Vivian that I've mentioned just now. We like sewing together. I mean, we don't sew together. I'm here in Brazil and she's in Texas, but we're always communicating, you know, basically on a daily basis. And we're making stuff and we're like sharing videos and talking, and Anyway, we both have these patterns. We're both going to make them for the challenge. So you're going to be seeing these at the end of the month. The first one is a jumpsuit that is like a mashup of sorts. The Orchid midi bodice that I've already made, and it fits me and I'm happy. That bodice was made by Chalk and Notch in collaboration with Ensemble Patterns to fit perfectly the parasol trousers. So these two pattern companies got together and created a bodice and a pair of pants that would mash together. So I think it's a really good idea. Parasol trousers have their own little bodice as well, a different type of bodice to make a jumpsuit. And also the pants can be made just as pants, you know. So we're going to be making this using the Orchid midi bodice with the parasol trousers. And I haven't decided on the fabric. You need quite a lot of fabric, so I have that dilemma because my cuts are maximum 2 meters. Like, I don't have amounts of fabric ever, so I need to really figure out how much I need, and if I don't have enough of any of the fabrics I have, I'm gonna have to purchase fabric specifically for that project. But I'm excited about it. I know the Orchid midi bodice fits me, so it's just about seeing about the fit of the trousers that go with it. But it should be fine. It should be fine. That is what I'm saying to myself. It's gonna be fine. Now, the last one is another jumpsuit, and this has been super popular. You've probably seen like everyone make this, and usually when a pattern comes out and it's super popular, I don't just jump in and make it right away. I don't do that. I like to see, I like to like look at the hashtag and see people's versions, study. It's very hard for me to actually just like make something really fast. I have to like ponder, especially if it's a jumpsuit, you know. This is a Sirocco jumpsuit by Deer and Doe. I think when this was released, their website crashed because there were so many people wanting to get it, something like that. But hey, I got it too because, you know, I'm not usually into the trends. I don't think this pattern is a trendy pattern. It's just a nice pattern, and it's made in knits. And I've heard other people say that they were worried because there were no closures, like no zippers, no buttons. You just had to wiggle yourself in. And I don't see that as a problem. I see that as a positive. Like, I wiggle into all my dresses. I'm used to doing that, so it should be fine. So I have 2 fabrics. Now I'm going to put a picture here from the website. One of the models there is wearing a totally black jumpsuit, and I want the exact same thing. I want a black one. You know, if I'm going to try a new style, I'm going to go with a safe color. So I have this jersey. I got this for my birthday. It was part of my birthday shopping spree my husband gifted me. And it's a jersey with this text. Yeah, there you can see. So it's very stretchy, very nice. It's nice and like it hangs beautifully, and it's got a nice weight, you know. I think it's the perfect fabric for this project, and I'm gonna go make it, and I want it to be exactly like the model there. I'm not gonna look like her, but I want that jumpsuit, you know. And then I'm planning to make, if that one works out and I love it, I have red fabric because I also want a safe color. Safe color is red, and it's one of my faves. The color is darker. It's showing on screen like very bright red, but it's actually dark red. It's quite dark. It's like my glass. No, my glasses are burgundy. And this is a knit that is also very I would say thickish, nice stretch. And it's got this texture. It's like a crepe of sorts, but neat. I don't know. I never know. Like, don't ask me names of fabric. Knowing names of fabric is obviously not my strength. My strength is sewing, as you might be able to tell. But I know how it feels. I know it's going to match the pattern well. And for this one, I want sleeveless, and I want shorts. Shorts longer than the ones offered in the pattern. There is a shorts option too, but I think that's way too short. I want to lengthen it to be above the knee. In these two, I am not going to do those pockets on the side. There is no way. I'm going to modify the pattern so that there's no pockets there. I really don't like pockets, and part of the joy of sewing is actually to choose what you like to do and what you don't, and to adapt things to be really happy with what you're gonna wear. So if I'm gonna walk out into the street in a jumpsuit, which is already a huge step for me, I do not want pockets there to disturb me. So pockets are gone, pockets are not gonna be there. Okay, that is all I wanted to share with you today. I hope, well, the video is a bit longer than usual, and it's because it's a chatty video. What can I do? I've got things to show and things to say. I hope you've stuck around with me for the last bit. And yeah, I'll see you again on Friday, and it'll be a special video where I'm going to show you 4 makes that are made from the same pattern. And I've had a lot of fun creating them, and they're going to be staples in my wardrobe, and they might be for you too, you know. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon on Friday. Bye.